On a hot summer day in July 1981, tragedy struck a family in Hollywood, Florida, as their young son disappeared from a department store. His case would echo across the nation and lead to the significant changes in how America addresses missing children. His story is one of heartbreak, perseverance, and transformation. Crushed by grief, his family found a way to honor his memory and turn the heartache into advocacy, having a profound impact on child protection laws and practices in the United States. Welcome to our channel, where we talk all things true crime. This video is for educational purposes based on public knowledge. Let's get started. Adam Walsh was the son of John and Reve Walsh. On July 27, 1981, Reve took Adam to a Sears store in the Hollywood Mall. While she was shopping for a lamp, Adam wanted to play at the video game display with the other children. Since it was only a few aisles over, his mother agreed. 5 to 10 minutes later, Reve returned to the spot. Adam was gone. Management told her that a scuffle broke out among the children and the security guard asked them to leave. 6-year-old Adam was left to find his way out of Sears and wait for his mother. Adam was paged over the intercom system of the store and then was reported missing 90 minutes later. The Hollywood Police Department was across the street. It became apparent that Adam was kidnapped. The family made immediate efforts to find Adam. Thousands of posters were passed out, the parents did press releases asking for him to be returned, and large search parties were done by volunteers. They launched Florida's largest search for a missing child. The Walsh family's world was turned upside down.
I still believe that somehow we'll reach the people that have Adam, and they'll realize that we don't want to hurt them or we don't want to prosecute, and maybe they'll realize that, you know, how much hurt they've caused by taking Adam, and maybe they'll let him go somewhere.
His disappearance has prompted community-wide concern in South Broward. Late this afternoon, volunteers met with Adam's parents to continue their search. Close to tears, John Walsh stood on a car asking people not to give up hope.
We've searched and searched for Adam, and we haven't found a body, so everybody thinks he's alive. We do too. And we feel that since you people have searched so hard, the best thing we can do now is get these flyers in everybody's hands, because the police are so frustrated. Nobody's really come forth, and the clues that we have, really, we haven't come up with anything substantial.
Literally thousands of posters just like these are being distributed all over Florida.
The Walshes launched what's still considered today Florida's largest search for a missing child.
He's our only child. He's a beautiful little boy, and we just want him back more than anything.
I just want that person to know that we want to help them as well as Adam.
Unfortunately, 2 weeks later, their worst fears were confirmed. Adam's severed head was found in a drainage canal more than 120 miles away from his home. The rest of his body has never been recovered. The coroner ruled the cause of death as asphyxiation. The family and community were devastated.
I don't know who would do this to a 6-year-old child. I can't conceive of it. It's beyond the realm of reality.
So long for now, Pooter. See you here.
The investigation into Adam's disappearance and murder was filled with challenges. The Hollywood Police Department didn't have experience in handling these types of cases, which led to missed opportunities and critical errors. By 1983, police had a suspect, Otis Toole. He was a local drifter that was thought to be outside the front of the Sears when Adam was made to leave the video game display. Toole was interrogated by Detective Mike Smith. Toole put the blame on Henry Lucas, and Lucas backed up his story. However, it was later discovered that Lucas was in prison at the time. Lucas would later be known as the Confession Killer, making hundreds of confessions that were proven to be false. Toole changed his story. He stated that he had kidnapped and killed Adam only to recant his confession. Toole and Lucas were both known to make confessions and then recant. There was no evidence to tie Toole to the crime. Blood found in his car was inconclusive, and the carpet removed from his car was lost. The case went unsolved.
That Adam Walsh case isn't true.
What isn't true? Tell me what.
I didn't do that case.
While still seeking justice for their son Adam, the Walshes became prominent advocates for missing and exploited children to help prevent other families from enduring similar tragedies. In 1984, they founded the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The The organization aimed to serve as a national database for information on missing and exploited children, providing resources, support, and advocacy. The agency has since helped in child protection, aiding in the recovery of thousands of missing children and offering crucial support to their families.
The Walsh's advocacy also led to significant legislative changes. In 1982, they contributed to the passage of the Missing Children's Act. This allowed the FBI to enter information about missing children into the NCIC database. This was to ensure that law enforcement agencies across the country could share information and collaborate more effectively. Then in 1984, the Missing Children's Assistance Act established federal funding to support the operation of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
In 1988, John's commitment to justice led him to becoming the host of the television program America's Most Wanted. The show focused on profiling criminals and asking the public for assistance in their capture. Over 25 years, America's Most Wanted helped capture more than 1,200 fugitives and recover dozens of missing children. The program demonstrated the power of media in aiding law enforcement and bringing criminals to justice.
In 2006, another significant contribution that came from Adam's story was the Adam Walsh Child Protection and Safety Act that was signed into law on the 25th anniversary of Adam's abduction. This legislation aimed to enhance the tracking of S offenders and provide better protection for children. Some of the key provisions of the act were the National S Offender Registry, increased penalties for the offenders, and expanding the Amber Alert system to circulate critical information faster into a larger area.
Then in 2008, there was somewhat of a break in the case. Toole's niece told John Walsh that her uncle confessed on his deathbed in prison that he killed Adam. Toole was serving 5 life sentences for murder when he died of liver failure at the age of 49. He was buried at the state prison when no relatives came forward to claim his body. Even though Toole had twice confessed to killing the child but later recanted, police still believed he was the guy. The Walshes believed it to be Toole as well.
27 years we've been asking, who could take a 6-year-old boy and murder him and decapitate him? Who? We needed to know. We needed to know. And today we know. The not knowing has been a torture, but that journey's over. And a lot of horrible memories in this police department, looking for that little boy. And now I think it's only fitting that it ends here in this police department. And Reve and I have had some very, very rough and rocky times. But you always never lost focus of who the real victim was. You never lost focus. You never didn't drive this train, Reve. That little boy was the real victim.
John Walsh remains a prominent figure in the fight against child exploitation and continues to advocate for policy changes and public awareness. The family's efforts have saved countless lives and brought justice to many victims. John is currently hosting a show called In Pursuit. The show aims to find missing children and track down fugitives.
The impact of Adam Walsh's story extends beyond legislative changes and organizational initiatives. It has significantly raised public awareness about the issue of missing and exploited children. Educational programs in schools and communities now emphasize the importance of safety, teaching children how to protect themselves, and encouraging parents to remain vigilant. Adam's tragic death was not in vain. It sparked a movement that made the whole world a safer place for children. What do you think about today's case? Have you heard of it before? Let us know in the comments below.